They did, yeah. I saw them on earlier on this morning. They had a good run out actually. Saying that, the Classic Wallabies as well. They were obviously had a little bit of a slow start the first day, but this morning they beat the hosts of the tournament, Hong Kong Football Club. Yeah. But they had to work hard for it actually. But they did step up near the end and got a few dots behind the post. So what's your Leighton? What do you think outcome here? What's your prediction?
Well, I'm going to go Scottish. I'm going to go with them. I'm going to cheer for them. I think they can certainly do it. I mean, the Wallabies have been great. Big Dell will come on and make a bit of a dent when he gets on the paddock.
Yeah, it will depend on whether Wallabies want to step up or not. Obviously, they've got the class. Yeah. It's full of internationals, ex-internationals, and obviously that's the pedigree in itself. So, yeah, let's see. Off we go.
So Scottish to kick off, and Wallabies take it, then he's pushed into touch. So that's worked out reasonably well for Scottish. They'll get the line-out ball, going for the quick throw. The referee's letting it go. He's off. Here he comes, Scottish now. Taking the paddock. Cutting back inside. Scottish win the ruck. Big Jamie running there as a bit of a decoy.
Decoy run is going through, yeah.
Well, they're scrambling to get hold of that ball, which they've now got.
Some lateral passes, but some straightening up, lovely straightening up there.
Yeah, that was a nice line he took there beautifully. Yeah. Ran back into it, and Scottish opened it up with a score.
Definitely. We'd say running across the field probably is the best thing, but when someone puts a straight line through like that, it's great move.
Great try, and I think that was Chris Kinloch for Hong Kong Scottish. And that's the way to start the game.
Yep, game on.
Conversion's a bit of a problem, it's far out, but let's see. Looks reasonably good from here.
Posting him.
Got it, yep. So Scottish XL successful with the conversion, 7 Wallabies, Classic Wallabies 0. But there's a lot of game to play yet. Scottish with the restart. Aggressive drives there by the Wallabies to blow the Scottish players off that ruck.
I think we're seeing more and more in these games now that they're putting more people into the breakdown just rather than the 1 or 2s.
Bit of a wild pass there. Sorry, Robin.
Yeah, so the breakdown seems to be a few more people in instead of the 2 to 3 people going in. They seem to be putting a few more in just to keep that ball retention, which is key obviously for this game.
Yeah. So Scottish Exiles with the throw, nicely taken. Running again. And let number 11 do that again. They closed him down this time, but nevertheless he made a decent bit of ground and hit the ball at pace. Scottish coming away with the ball. Big fella, nice step, nice bend, he's still going. Number 3, that was a strong bit of work there by Luke van der Smit. Scottish, and he's back in the action again. Oh, unfortunately.
Coming in from the side, it looked like, so unfortunately there.
I think Scottish are lucky there in some degree because they sort of cleaned out and the ball was sitting there, but the bloke, if he'd come through the right channel, he would have snaffled it up pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, we've got a yellow card here. I'm not sure what it's for. It could be for a bit of chat back, but or intentionally not rolling away. I think that might be more the case. Yeah, that's going to put a bit of a hamper on their the Wallabies coming back again.
Big Jamie Pinnock taking the ball up. Sorry. Scottish have the ball, coming out of the ruck again, chipping through. Bit of a high-risk strategy with the ball in hand to do that, and he couldn't quite take the ball in. And so it's a knock-on, and it'll be a Classic Wallabies scrum.
Yeah, good idea at the time, but it just needed to be behind the Wallabies player. So we spent most of the half in the Classic Wallabies half actually, and I think they need to come out with a good exit plan here. Yeah, big spaces behind. There's no drift defence. Yeah, could be on for a big boot down the field.
The sweepers right up on the Scottish back line. Big scrum by Scottish. Well done, man. They snaffle the ball. Well done. Oh, tried to chip it through again. Didn't work. Sort of stayed with the ball in hand, but nevertheless took that option, and now the Wallabies are going to relieve the pressure. Big hooping kick, as you said, Robin. No one home.
It's always better to play in someone else's half than your half, but
yeah, you score more points that way too.
Yeah, I think so.
Scottish coming out of the ball, trying to run out 22. A nice move there. Look at that bloke. He turned him inside out. Still going. Nice run as he got support. Yes, Scottish support gets there. Turning over.
So the Vikings...
Ball comes out. Nice break, number 11 again. He's doing a lot of work. Big Jamie hands the ball to number 2. Scottish putting it wide. Bit of a sloppy pass, but they still hang on to it. Big tackle.
Back on his feet. He's off.
Man, they got through there. Scrambling for the ball. Coming back Scottish way, though. And he's through. Nice step. Turned a couple of the players inside out, and there was no catching him. Try Scottish.
Yeah, I think unfortunately the defensive chain here on the classic Wallaby side is in bits at the moment, only because they're allowing the other team to come forward onto attack, which is never good standing on the back of your heels. You want to be going forward onto it, coming from inside out.
Got to say, Scottish Exiles are looking pretty good here. They're running well. Wallabies just struggling to find a bit of form and not sure how to get out of their half and get some points.
So the yellow card's over with, and we've got the number 4 is... Hold on a second. We haven't got number 4.
So
back on here.
14-0 at the moment to Scottish Taiki Place. Scottish Exiles, Wallabies 0, and just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. And that kick was no good. Didn't go 10.
Out on the full, so straight away is a free kick on the halfway.
Wallabies might have to bring out their secret weapon, Big Dell. Charging run there. Wallabies moving up the paddock. There's a nicely picked up pass. Scottish are up to the task at the moment, containing them, and there's a penalty coming Scottish way.
Holding on in the ruck.
Bit of a pity, Wallabies finally getting down into the Scottish half and then conceding a penalty. Scottish go for the line.
Just over 2 minutes to go in this half. Scottish are slowing the game down slightly. Sign of a good time. Can speed it up when they want to, or slow it down when they want to.
Yeah,
which was your classic moment, wasn't it?
Oh, I mean, normally when there's about half an hour to go in the game and we had it 10 points, I'd try to slow it down a bit. Breaking through there by Scottish. Number 11 back on that ball. He's just been so effective for them. Scottish have the ruck.
And that's
big kick.
That's a great idea from the scrum half there.
No sweeper for the Wallabies. Big raking kick on all the way down. Goes out just about 5 metres off the classic Wallabies line. So that paid off that time, that kick, I think, Robin.
Yeah, unfortunately, without the sweeper, then it poses that kicking option all the time. So exit strategy here, probably up the middle of the guts, and then maybe a big kick down the field to...
Well, didn't take it. Classic Wallabies lost the line to Scottish. They picked it up, pushing the ball straight away, very wide. Number 11 in the action again, just pulled down short of the line.
Number 11 was looking at a mismatch there. He had a prop on him in front of him, so he decided to have a go. So
another penalty for Hong Kong Scottish. Quick tap. Ball there coming for them. Yep, out it comes. That ball was a bit low. He had to take it off the ground, so he didn't have much of a chance to run with it, but nevertheless. And the referee is on that whistle. ferociously. What's he calling there?
I think they're consistently infringing on the floor offside, so he's had
Yellow card.
Another yellow card, unfortunately.
That's the last thing you need.
Well, this is what happens when they come under sustained pressure from the side. He's very well drilled the Scottish side. They just need to take advantage of it now. So.
Well, I think Craigie Hammond and Dowsey and Ryan are all big hit there. They'll be pleased so far the way this is going for Scottish. That was a big tackle. Yeah, the Scottish come away with the ball.
They did well to retain it there. So.
Bit of a loose pass. Over the back, Scottish scramble back, clean up the ball. It's dumped to the ground pretty unceremoniously. Big clean out. Scottish Exiles player. Here comes the ball again, Scottish Exiles way. I thought number 2 might have come a bit wider there and given him an option, but nevertheless, the referee's giving a penalty against Scottish, and Classic Wallabies finally have a break.
Holding on. Decision time on how to get out of this half into theirs. Put a bit of pressure on. Kick for the line out. Unfortunately, the line out hasn't done so well, so it's a brave option at the moment.
And that kick.
And Weatherby's making touch, which is...
And didn't make it. So he's just taking his time now. Quite clever play. There we go. Put the ball out. And at the half, it's 14-0 to Hong Kong Scottish Exiles. Wallabies, well, what would you be telling the Wallabies boys at half-time here, Robin?
I'd say it's a difficult one because they're not getting much ball, but obviously key is keeping that ball. Ball retention, kicking the ball for the corners. I'd say put them on the back foot, changing it up a little bit. Let's do the kick long game and chase, but chase with a line, not chase with 1 or 2s. Because these Scottish boys are pretty good at taking advantage of 1 or 2s coming up. Yeah, not a nice flat line of defence. Yeah. How about yourself, Leighton? What do you think?
Yeah, I think they're going to try something different. I mean, they just don't. You know, they've got wheels there. They've got a couple of big boys. Whether they, whether they might play a bit more physical game up wide. Up the guts a bit more. I don't know. Bring Big Dill on. Get him to punch it.
Well, that's the thing. I bet trying to punch it up all the way up the field is a big ask on a hot day like this.
It's certainly sapping, but
yeah.
Nothing else seems to be working for them at the moment.
Yeah, possibly a little basically 2 passes from the ruck, 2 passes out from the ruck, and play that game.
Well, as you know, Robin, once it gets past the ruck, really, I don't know what the hell's going on in the back line.
You took the words out of my mouth there, Leighton. So once again, it's a great day here at the Hong Kong Football Club. Hong Kong Football Club is one of the oldest clubs in Hong Kong. 1886 first started, and been going ever since. It's got a fantastic facility, which is built inside the Happy Valley Racecourse. So if you have not got yourself over to Hong Kong for the Rugby 10s or the Hong Kong 7s, it's a must. With a couple of other events going on with the Doddy Wear night last night to raise funds for Doddy Wear. There's the 10s, which is the Kowloon 10s over in Kowloon side. Kowloon is one of the local rugby teams, and there's lots of things going on. So if you feel like you want to come out for a bit of rugby and fun, it's definitely a place to come, isn't it?
Yeah, you make sure you book next year, and make sure you get the 7s tickets well in advance, because they can be like rare as hen's teeth.
That's right.
And you did right, absolutely fantastic facility, great hosts, and GFI, of course, the sponsors this year. The 10s. Wallabies now having a bit more of a go. Unceremoniously stumped to the ground there by the Scottish Exiles player on the tackle. Oh, looking at that gap.
Well picked up.
Yeah, they're doing a bit more buff now.
You are right, that Leighton, they're taking a bit closer to the ruck actually, so
and Wallabies now having their best passage of play so far, still on attack, moving ever slowly closer to the try line. There you go. Tackle though. Scottish are scrambling in their defence, but they're holding for the moment. And all that effort and knocked the ball on by Classic Wallabies. That's really what's ripped your nighty a little bit, doesn't it?
Well, I must admit there was a good bit of play there by the Wallabies, and I think looking at that, hopefully they can pick it up. It's only 2 tries in it. and yeah, we're going to start with the first try, I guess. Yeah.
Yep. With all that very, very hard work, and then just knocked it on. But it's pretty hard to maintain, I think, composure given the heat out there, Robin, and the pace you're playing the game. Concentration is so hard to keep when your lungs are heaving and you. Anyway, Scottish to feed the scrum.
Oh, bit of feeding and going in there, so
you don't see that called much.
You don't, eh? So, I think back in the days when we had the leather ball, I think that was yeah.
Ball going wide. Wallabies, classic Wallabies, just held on the line, cutting back inside.
Yeah, this is a must-score situation here for the Wallabies.
They are scrambling. Look at that, a big drive coming over, counter drive by Scottish. Ball's bobbling around on the back. Wallabies have the ball. Scottish waiting to pounce in defence. And they're there. They're all fanning around that ruck. And try.
Nice try.
Well done, classic Wallabies. Finally get across the line.
Well, it wasn't flowing rugby, but they did what works. And, and then that's the game, isn't it? So well done to the Wallabies there for getting back into this game.
So second half, Wallabies start with the points. 5-0 conversion to come. So again, Pili way out. And that's well away from the sticks, so they won't get the bonus of 2 points. And it's 14-5 and 7 minutes in the game to go. Good kick by classic Wallabies. Scottish don't take it in. Referee's letting play on. Scottish appealing for obstruction. Nice run off the line there by classic Wallabies. Hit onto that ball. Playing with a bit more determination this half. Looking to go wide here. Nicely smothered and wrapped up in the tackle though. And they keep coming around that line side. Sorry, around the side of the ruck. And there's the ball. Comes free, hacked through by Scottish. Is he going to be able to pick it up? Yes, he did. Nice, bounced nicely into his hands, and away he goes. Number 7 here, Curry. Beautiful job there. Ball bouncing around, towed it through. Ball bounced nicely back up to his hand, and he ran the rest of the paddock to get a try, and they needed that because they were looking like they were getting a bit beaten up by the classic Wallabies for a bit.
Yeah, nice opportune try there, and that's going to put a bit of a dent in the Wallabies getting back into this game. I said there's a few big bodies there blowing a bit because there's some big boys, but getting out on this hot day is tough work.
So the conversion was good, 21-5. Basically, Wallabies are going to have to score 4 times to get there. Sorry, 4.
Yeah, well. 2 tries, 2 tries and a conversion and a penalty or something like that.
Yeah, right. I can never count anyway, mate. That's why the backs used to be in charge of the points. Nice take by classic Wallabies. Classic Wallabies going wide, bringing it back. Scottish effective in their tackling. They're not letting Wallabies get away from that, but they've conceded a penalty, and classic Wallabies will be going for the line out of their half and now into Taiku Place, Scottish Exiles 22 metre, well not quite that far down, I suppose halfway in the end, between 10 metres and 15, line out throw for classic Wallabies. Over the coaching camp for Scottish Exiles, they look reasonably relaxed. Hey mate, sorry there. Bit of a bobbled ball. Knock on in the line out. That's not what the classic Wallabies wanted. So Scottish won't be in a hurry to set the scrum. moving glacial pace up there. No great enthusiasm by Jamie to pack down, so this is where you chew up clock.
So stay tuned in there for our next game coming up is the CCIG Tigers against the Hunter Boo East Africans. That's in the bowl semi-final coming up next, so stay with us.
Scottish were going to feed the ball, but in the end, penalty coming through to Scottish. Well milked by Jamie Pickott. He did that superbly, I must say, as a front row forward. Nothing better than getting a penalty off your opposite number at scrum time. Big kick down the paddock.
So slowing the game down slightly. I think they've got this in the bag at the moment, so keep the game at their pace. More time they waste, more they've got reserved for the final, and the more they can
line out
make sure they got this
over the top. Wallabies get it. Cleared every jump up. But now Wallabies coming back. Ball. Well,
that's all right. It's play on, but yeah, there's no ruck form, so nobody was offside there. Unfortunately, a knock on.
And for Classic Wallabies get to feed the scrum. Based on that last scrum, I would lift big old Jamie on there. He did quite a good job on that. But anyway, let's see how they go. And Classic Wallabies hold the scrum here and win their ball. Scrum turn, ball sloppily out. Big Dell had to bend all the way over to pick that one up. I think he's thanking the halfback for that.
It's a long way down there, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, Classic Wallabies all out, trying to step inside, but he was well wrapped up by the Scottish Exiles players. Ball coming out wide again. Little pass to number 24, Classic Wallabies. Ball to the ground though.
Some good work right, at least they got over the game line and they're moving hard. Burgess back bottle ball slightly there, but still play on. There's some great tackles going on here by the Scottish.
Yeah, they're not conceding meters easily. No. They're making them work for it.
But there we go.
Come away, turnover.
Turnover, yeah. That's the key. And there we go. Let's play down there in the field.
Hoof it down.
A nice exit kick there. Now it's just a defensive pattern on here. We've got two against one on this at the moment.
Well, good fend. Here come Classic Wallabies coming back again.
This man is definitely not afraid to scoring tries from a whole length of the field, as we watched him many a year in the sevens.
And he's through, but he's still got a couple of defenders to beat. Scottish Exiles bring him down. Classic Wallabies a bit slow getting there. One person up to take the pass. There's the ball, competing for it. It's looking a bit messy. Scottish just about come away, but he's penalised them, I think, for diving over the top. Is that what that signal was for? Classic Wallabies penalty, quick tap, punching it to the centre, having another go. Quick little couple of passes there. It was a nice little move, just in around that ruck.
Yeah, it's not an easy game. They've been working hard with this, with only a couple of minutes to go, or a couple of seconds to go.
And an intercept there. Number 17, Jason J.M. picked that ball up. Bit of a gift. It didn't really look like he had to work that hard to do the intercept. I know that sounds a bit cheeky from a forward, but he was there in the right place and they just passed it straight to him. And away he went. Another try, Scottish. And pretty much in the death knell of the game.
So well done for the Scottish Exiles. That was I wouldn't say a comfortable win, but a very strong win against a very talented international star-studded Wallaby side, ex-Wallaby side.
Yep. Well, I'm now going to hand over to Richard Cook. I think you're on, aren't you, Cookie? So nice doing it with you, Robin.
Nice one, Leighton.
We'll see you later for a few milkshakes.
See you later.
Thank you, Leighton.
So up next is the CCIG Tigers with number 1 shirt is Aseli Chuanvangafasi or Fasu, Chris Fraser, Pat Blair, Philankio Talau, Devro Terrace and Bruno. Hopefully the way I'm pronouncing it is correct, but